ball game for a lot of us because we're used to being on the defensive. So I just want y'all to think about that. There is a way to file legal claims um, for what you are connected to, especially if it's pledged to as security to your trust.
Nice. Thank you.
I wanted to share this too. I found this on a YouTube video, and it was from a guy that graduated law school, and he's making money explaining law um, on a YouTube channel. And I found this like so crazy when I realized they're explaining everything that Savo's been talking about right here. So right here we've got this rule, and they give you the case law, Strong versus Bird. And the word right where you see T, that means trustee, and where you see an S in England they call that the settlor, but in America we call it the grantor. So you got to keep in mind the trustee is going to be the upper and lowercase u, and the grantor is going to be the straw man, the all caps.
No, the trustee is still the all caps you. That's the whole point of redeeming the name.
Well, that'll work too,
Mhm.
because okay, if the trustee owes money by common law, they'll say the trustee owed the money to the grantor or the settlor. Then the trustee when the trustee becomes testatrix or executor of the straw man's estate, then the trustee is relieved of his or her debt. And the answer right here, why? Because you can't sue yourself. As soon as I saw that writing here, I knew this is giving it away that they are one and the same. They're one
Right.
because they said it. Why? Because you can't sue yourself. So they're going to be one and the same. This is how it relieves the debt right there. It satisfies it. And if you want to go the route of equity, equity doesn't allow it. But here's the exception: if there was an intention to relieve the debt. So there you go.
Mm.
It's found, the remedy's found either common law or equity. There's both. So it's not like some fantasy. This isn't a fantasy. Like, this is really the way that it is. It's really the way that it works. So thanks for letting me share that.
Very good job. I appreciate that. Wonderful nugget. Short and sweet.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions besides the door?
Right.
I think that should be motivation enough for people to realize, like, here you go. I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I mean, we're saying here's the fountain with the most pure water, the answer you've been looking for.
Yep.
Here you go.
Yeah.
You know now how to see how much,
Exciting, exciting.
yeah, this is how much the account is worth. And
And
this
that's
is
the
how you
whole reason we're
satisfy the
leaning the
debt.
birth certificate.
Can I
Yeah,
share something? My birth certificate wasn't worth nothing.
really. Oh,
Yeah, I think I know why. I'll share privately.
It's a new one.
Um, no, this is the original.
Interesting.
yeah, we can discuss that private if you don't want to give any private information.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, Joseph wants to speak. There.
About 3 years ago, when Catherine showed me this, and I found it on my birth certificate, that my date and the bond number actually was worth something. It just kind of freaked me out. It actually sold me on the birth certificate being a bond, because I was kind of very skeptical, because I've never seen anything like that. And I actually had my original birth certificate, but I'd never punched in that red number. And when I realized I'm well over $700 million on that bond, so it's like it kind of just tripped us out, you know. And again, like I said, it made me a believer that we, you know, I always told people we were corporations because of their driver's license and social security number, but this actually proved it to me, and that's what was really trippy. Thanks for letting me share.
Mhm.
One thing he just reminded me of too is you think of all these benefit uh, programs that they have in place, Medicaid, welfare, food stamps, and the veterans, any of these programs, disability. I think that what they're doing and why it's so vital that they have not only the name, the birth date, but also the social security number is because they have to have all those. They have to have a contract where you're basically giving them power of attorney so that they can tap into your own accounts. And that's where the money's really coming from. It's not the government giving you the money, it's the government managing your trust for you.
Yep.
That's right.
So you are in essence, like the biblical story of Esau, who had an inheritance that was amazing, but in just one moment of being hungry, he bargained it. He said, "I'll give you all my inheritance for a bowl of soup. I'm just so hungry. I don't care. You can have my inheritance. I just want to eat one meal right now today." And
Mm.
that's what it means to sign on for all these benefit programs. We're giving away millions, hundreds of
Your
millions of
inheritance.
dollars for just what, $400 in groceries a month?
But divine birthrights too, not just the earthly ones.
Yeah, there's so much to this because you made a great point there. The trustee is how you gain rights. Well, you don't gain them, but like all of a sudden you have access to them that are,
Yeah, absolutely. That's the biggest point that not a lot of people is going to catch this. Um, we talking about redemption. We hear this word, redemption, redemption, redemption. We hear it applied in multiple contexts, but it's only going to be a small amount of people that really are able to see it in its correct context when we're talking about redemption. So the first thing we are always hearing about is the name, the name, the name in the scriptures, talking about the name. Our name is important, right? So think about it when you create the trust, and the trust holds exclusive rights over your name. Your name now is being privately controlled and privately held because of the contract you signed. It wouldn't be any different if you signed yourself into the army. You've given the army the right to own you until the contract is over. So signing yourself into this trust, um, it begins the process to redeem the name. But here's the catch. When you name yourself as the trustee on your trust, right? And you have these different contracts that are in place to protect you as the trustee from liability. Now, your trust has the authority to turn around and go right back into the IRS and say, I want to turn this name into a private trust. See, this is the completion of the redemption of your name. You got to turn around and create a whole nother trust where the trust is going to be your name and the trustee is going to be the trust you just created because you're the trustee on that trust. So when you create that private trust with your all caps name and you get that EIN number, now when you're interacting in commerce, you get to protect your bond, which is your bond number, just like everybody else is trying to hide their bond number. And so you get to operate in commerce. A lot of people are going to be doing business with you, not realizing that they're doing business with the trust. And so you'll have a infinite circle of protection between you, your trust, and then doubling it back to creating your name into a private trust legally, where now you can operate with standing because you got a private trust backing you and is your trustee. So what happens when they say, well, who's the trustee for your all caps name? And then you say, oh, this trust over here. And then they say, well, okay, we want to talk to the trustee. And then you smile and say, oh, that's me. You become fully in control of your name legally. And so I just want to put that out there for everybody to lock that in and understand the lane that we are creating. We're not doing any of this register a fictitious name. We're not doing all of this go register the lower cap version. Read read the copyright notice in the privatization file. The trust holds an exclusive right over every derivative of the all caps name, whether it's lower cap, whether the middle name is said first, whether the last name is said first. It doesn't matter. The moment you're in trust, you don't need to register nothing to anybody. We don't register anything. We serve notice. When you register something, you are relinquishing ownership and authority and exclusive rights of control to it. So if they're telling you go register this and register that, I would advise you not to do that. If you create the things that you create the way you're supposed to correctly and serve notice the correct way, when it goes uncontested, how is anybody going to trump it whenever you got to take that person into court 6 months later and you're able to prove, hey, it's already gone uncontested. It's already been made public notice. This is what the deal is. You have solid. So, lock that in and just remember, we are people that are trying to teach people, don't run from the name, don't change the name, don't register it as this and that. No, just privatize it. Let your name be privately held, privately owned, privately operated, and then restored and put and placed into a trust so that you can create. I've already done it and it's great. And that's a whole nother piece of the rabbit hole. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take over your class. I just wanted to put that piece in there. I'm gonna be quiet now.
We really appreciate your input. And I really want to thank everybody for being here today. And I also want to extend an invitation. If anyone is interested in learning more about privatization, come on and join us. We have a wonderful and active chat group on Telegram, and we're trying to build up on Facebook. We're also looking for those who are motivated and interested in working from home from anywhere in the world. And come check us out and don't be shy. With that being said, anybody?
That was a great advertisement.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I feel like I learned a lot, but I have like way too many questions for this moment.
Would you like to shoot one?
I guess the one question that I had is I actually have like two birth certificates kind of because I was born in Hungary, but my dad's an American citizen, so I was able to obtain both.
You
So
have
I'm
dual
wondering,
citizenship?
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if that would like make a difference in anything that I tried to like move forward with.
That's a great question. And although I have never looked up a foreign birth certificate, I am willing to bet that they have a very similar setup. That seems to be kind of like what I'm learning as I go through this journey is this is kind of the way it is everywhere.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the question. Could she say that again, please?
Yeah, so I'm a dual citizen and I have my birth certificate from Hungary and I also have one here from United States. And I was wondering if that would change anything. Should I try to move forward and like make
I
moves
think
on it?
I
Yeah, it
think
doesn't change any.
what it really means is that you are set up with a corporation in both um, areas so that you can do business in both locations.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't change anything. Contracts rule the world. Contract law is applicable anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
Um,
we're using international code, so your
yep.
private
And
trust
so
is going to be
you could,
good anywhere.
yeah, your trust, you could create a trust that could lien both of those birth certificates at the same time. So yeah, it's no different.
Awesome.
Ooh, this
Cool.
is some deep information. I'm glad. I'm grateful for y'all.
I'm just as grateful.
Well, if nobody has any questions, or Vivi, you have some questions?
Oh no, I was gonna say I'm just grateful to know this information and show proof. Like I actually have proof to show people like this is real life and this is not like something I just made up, you know?
No, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to understand what we saying. So don't be surprised or shocked that a lot of people are not gonna be able to resonate.
Yeah, you probably
Correct.
don't want to go run and tell your whole family.
Nah,
because
it's
they
not
can't
like that.
handle it.
I just explain it to people who are interested in it because they want proof. Like like how like we've been knowing without proof. Some people who want to know, they want to see proof. So now that's
Right.
like kind of interesting. Like I actually have like proof now. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Credibility.
And that's what we're about.
That's what I love about Savo is every single thing that we're doing, we can back it up with case law, we can back it up with law books, all this information. It's all there. We're not making any of this process up.
That's where it all came from. That's what I got full on. That was intentional. And I'm glad that it's very transparent, because if a person can see that what we're doing is lawful and that we're not outside of the jurisdiction of remaining lawful, folk can make confident steps moving forward. You know what I mean? Everything we're doing is protected under contract law. We're doing the same thing all the other merchants are doing. We're just being honest about it. All we have to do is have a contract in place to do anything we want to do privately. That's what controls the private sector. We don't need license. Our license is a contract from our client giving us exclusive rights to do whatever it is they want us to do. So there's nothing to be afraid of with us. We're not promising remedies. We just trying to find the strongest way to convince everybody that's a part of this thing that the remedy is you.
It's powerful.
As soon as you figure that out, that the answer you've been looking for is inside of you, and all you got to do is just keep digging and digging and digging and quit waiting for somebody to come along to give you the silver bullet solution, because it's not going to happen. You got to put in your work and work out your salvation with fear and trembling, just like everybody else do. That means you got to study to show yourself approved, just like everybody else do. Stay away from these people that want you to give them information that you had to go sleepless nights and be depressed and have anxiety and pay for this and lose that, but they want you to just give it to them. No, that's not how this works. It
Ooh,
never has,
hallelujah.
it never will. So.
All right, well, it looks like we've only got about 5 more minutes.
All right, well, I enjoyed the class, and
I think that's about
looking
it.
forward to the next one. I will have a class pretty soon here. I will let it be known in the group when and what it'll be about. I got a whole lot of stuff, but y'all know what's going on, so I'm gonna try to chime in with a class here pretty soon. Until then, just remember, y'all are the light and y'all are the love, and you are the solution that you're looking for. Just be it.
Have a great night, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you. Likewise.
Peace and prosperity, everyone.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
guys.